Shalom Yasharallah, this is your brother Dawada. Coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakudash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and every well. And salutation and much love for Yakim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here article real quick, and I'm going to try to keep it as, polite as possible. Obviously, we have haters out there. If we didn't, they wouldn't be, coming up with things to try to silence just the truth coming out. Now that their deeds are being exposed, all right? Because what we're going to read in this here article is the exact same thing that they it was law, all right? It was pretty much put in the law about us, right? So it says, God help me hate white people. Associate theology professor penned Virotic anti-white prayer for a bestseller book in the New York Times list. I'm not going to read this whole article. I think it gets good down here. Yeah, let me start from here. It says, fellow seminaries raised an eyebrow at the use of a intolerant language in the context of religion, all right? Which, I wanted to read a part about. Let me keep reading. It says, Pastor Ryan McAllister of Life Community Church in Alexandria, Virginia, who first shared one of the inflammatory pages on Saturday, has recently added more, deemed the passage completely anti-biblical in a post on Twitter and blamed the rise of critic race theory for what he described as a rapid spread of such xenophobic viewpoints, in which, again, we can get to the roots of all these things, man. They laid open the book of the law, all right, and sought to paint, the images after themselves, But nevertheless, and also the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. So it says here, he deemed that the passage is completely anti-biblical, right? Which, when you go into the scriptures, now we just had the Passover season, if you understand, everybody know the story of the Passover, about how the Israelites was enslaved in Egypt and killed all the firstborns over there and brought all them plagues on the Egyptians, right? Now, if God loved the Egyptians, name me one of those Egyptians that was up out of there, man. I mean, of course, there was Egyptians that still lived, but as far as delivering them up out of there and blessing them after that, there wasn't none, all right? So you have, what Christianity pushes out, which they've hijacked this, all right, and took our heritage and our how do I say, our quote unquote history book, all right, about us, and they've changed it all up. They've created all kind of madness, all right, with all these loves everybody. Well, when you go through the scriptures, what happened to well, first of all, what happened to the generation around Noah and them? All right, the Most High flooded the whole earth, save 8 people, man. All right, why didn't he love and forgive everybody that was on planet Earth that was doing all that wickedness, man? Sodom and Gomorrah, why didn't he love all those people that he destroyed over there and forgave them people, man? All right, when you go into the Egyptians, like I just spoke about, man. All right, the Babylonian Empire wound up falling. The Medo-Persian Empire wound up falling. All right, the Grecian turned into the Roman Empire. That kind of fell for a while and it came back up. All right, but nevertheless, and then the Most High was about to take them out anyway. So where is it that you see that the Most High was being all loving to everybody and just forgiving to everybody, man? All right, this narrative that they push out as far as, just believe in the Lord and he'll forgive all your sins. Well, we don't have no examples of that in the scriptures, man. All right, the only time that the Lord was delivering anybody was the children of Israel. All right, and I'll wait for these people, these pastors and all these people who go to theologian school, to find me anywhere in the scriptures where the Lord went and delivered a whole other nation of people, man. All right, but continuing on, it says, worse in a matter similar to that of fellow anti-racist crusader Robin DiAngelo's Calvinistic theory or theology, in which one is born with the original and inescapable sin of whiteness. All right. The theology professor insists that all non-white humanity should stop caring about white people, misguided racist souls, to stop believing that white people can be better, and that they can stop being racist. And ultimately, that's just what it is, because that's who they was created to be. When you go into the scriptures, just like any movie, man, all right, you watch the movie Batman or any of those movies, man, there's always a good guy and there's a bad guy, right? The creator of that story created the good guy to be the good guy and the bad guy to be the bad guy. Right? You don't normally see, in the movies, unless they created it like that, somebody be the bad guy or the good guy gonna convince the bad guy to, like the Batman go and catch the Joker and then sit him down and show him some love and hug him, and everything like that. Now they are out there fighting crime together, and instead of locking these people up, hey man, why don't y'all lead by example, man? All these people y'all locking up for all these heinous crimes or even non so heinous crimes, why don't y'all just love them? Why don't y'all forgive them? Let them free, man. But y'all don't want to do all these things, man. All right, y'all throw the book at people for every damn thing. Light things, y'all just throw the book at them. All right. It says worse. Hold on. Let me go back to this. It says, so it says in which one is born with the original and inescapable sin of whiteness, the theology professor insists that all non-white humanity should stop caring about white people, misguided, racist souls to stop believing that white people can do better and they can stop being racist. Now, that sounds like it's horrible, but wait a minute. What did the so-called white man say about us when he first came over here, man? All right, well, let's first start with the Northern Kingdom, man. All these people are savages. They're nothing. They was only made to basically be our slaves. That's the only reason they was created, to be our slaves, man. All right, and that's why they took them in captivity and they worked their ass. All right, but then when it came to the Southern Kingdom, what did they say about us? We 3/5 of a human being. We're not even a whole human being, man. We're savages. We're just monkeys hanging from trees. We was created to be slaves. You heard about that doctrine that they push. Oh, black people have the curse of Ham. That's why we had this dark skin and everything like that. We was created to be slaves the whole time, man. And there's nothing wrong with somebody being created to be a slave. Again, there's always going to, like when you watch a movie, there's always somebody that's created to be an extra in the movie. You see people in the movies and everything like that, like the movie Batman with Bane in there and everything like that, right? When Bane goes into the football stadium and take over the football stadium, you have all those people in the crowd, right? How come you don't see none of those people in the crowd have their own little line, their own little close-up on camera and everything like that? Because why? They was created to be an extra, man. They didn't have their time to shine on the screen. They were supposed to just be one big sea of people out in the crowd, man. That's all they was created for, man. All right? As their role in that movie, man. All right? Nobody complains about that, right? But it says, I insist that all non-white humanity should stop caring about white people, misguided racist souls, and to stop believing that white people can be better and they can stop being racist. And this is the same rhetoric that they said about us when they brought us over here. Oh, you can't save these Negroes. They're savages. They were created to be our servants. They were beasts. This is what they were. They're 3/5 of a man. All right. And they say this about all these people that they pretty much taken to captivity. Like after 9/11, man, you call them people terrorists, all kind of shit. You call them insurgents and everything like that. Hey, why wasn't nobody talking about some forgive those people and love those people and everything like that, man? You had this big racist shit going on over here where they was talking about all these towel heads and this and that. They're all terrorists and everything like that, man. All right, y'all scream, go back to your country, to the Northern Kingdom, which y'all came over and stole their land. Then talking about some build a wall. These people shouldn't be allowed to come over here, man. These people don't deserve rights. They don't deserve to have guns. They don't deserve to protect their own life, man. They're just niggas. All right, that's what they call us all the damn time, man. All right. It says, let me stop seeing them as a member of the same body, she continues, echoing some sort of thought generally espoused by the dreaded white supremacists. And ultimately, this is just how they believe anyway, man. All right, because if that wasn't the case, how come, you don't see all these so-called white people standing up against the system, fighting for our rights and everything like that? How come you don't have all these so-called white people that's so-called loving and caring going down to these police stations? Or, matter of fact, forget protesting at the police station, turning in their badges, man, and taking their own stuff to court, trying to go to jail for these things, man. All right. It says, ensuring her message reached those she felt needed to hear. And Walker Barnes specifically zero in on the nice white people in her life, denouncing those are happy to have her over for dinner, but alert the cops every time unrecognized persons of color passes by their houses. And this is one thing Jake got to understand. Sometimes, Esau so-called take a liking to you, but it might be for a certain reason. You might have something that he can benefit off of. You might go do something for him that he benefits off of, just like, you work for him or something like that. You bringing him in money and everything. He might like you for those things. Or they'll have a little saying, oh, you ain't like the rest of them and this and that. I'll have you over at my house. But then they tell them same ass little racist jokes. Oh, no, you ain't like that. And, oh, he's a good nigger and everything like that, man. And then this is what get Jake caught up with all these things, thinking that, oh, they ain't all bad. Like, nah, bro, it's not that they ain't all bad. It's just that they dealing with you for something that they could take advantage of, man. Just like how a lot of you men will sit out here and deal with these thoughts in the streets and everything like that. Y'all just dealing with them just to get what y'all want from them. But you ain't trying to marry this woman. Take this woman to meet your parents. Take her to the family reunion and go show her off to everybody else. You're just using her for your abilities, man. All right, the same thing that the so-called white man did to us. It says, Those who claim the progressive label, but really are wolves in sheep's clothing. Only the white anarchist allies who have taken up this struggle against racism with their whole lives are fit to share her spiritual realm, she declares. The rest of the Fox News-loving Trump supporter voters and the strident segregationists already in hell, Walker Barnes noted she also has had enough hate for the nice ones, apparently. The associate professor explained that she had written a poem after a friend of hers, a quote-unquote friend of hers, dropped the N-word in a casual conversation. Me talk like that, talk a certain type of way around you, but when they get behind closed doors and everything like that, it's all completely different, man. All right, you have a so-called white man that you think is all cool and everything like that. Ask him about his daughter, man. Like, yo, man, I see your daughter over there. She's of a legal age and everything. She's single. What's up? Can I take your daughter out on a date? Oh, hell no, blah, blah, blah. Well, why not? If I'm such a good guy, why wouldn't you want me to take your daughter out, But see, they have an ulterior motive and things like that, man. All right. It says, triggering her due to her relative's slave past, insisting she could have sought vengeance or put the person on blast and tried to ruin their rep. She insisted presenting the writing as a religious devotional, hinting that she already had millions of reasons to hate white people, and that more apparent every day, justifying her hatred. Ironically, another line of her poem urges her to stop striving to see the best in others. Many commenters were appalled at the idea that a book with such content would be allowed to trend on New York Times bestsellers list. Well, what about the Darwinism situation and everything like that, man? All right, when you look at that book that Darwin had, all right, most people know that book by its shorthand title, but they don't really know it by its full title. You have to understand it by its full title, because if you understand it by its full title and you understand what they was doing, they was quote unquote pseudoscience to justify the shit they was doing to our people, man. Oh, because of the size of their skulls and everything like that. See, they wasn't they didn't evolve to be a full human being like us, so we got to eradicate these folks. We got to only use it. I mean, they're not smart enough to do anything on their own. They're only smart enough to be workers. If we let them go, they ain't smart enough to run their own house and their own business. They're not smart enough to do these things, man. I just read an article the other day about how the doctors are being racist, not believing so-called black patients about the type of pain that they get and everything like that. But see, that same racism came and bit them in the ass when it came to the pain and everything like that, and they wouldn't really prescribing Jake the medication that they needed, but they was over prescribing these Edomites basically heroin and everything like that, right? Let me jump down. Oh, that was it on that article. But let me grab a couple scriptures. But nevertheless, like I said, this is straight out the same book. You can go back, a couple decades ago, not that long ago, where they had these same ass laws, just like if a so-called black man was walking down the street and a so-called white man was coming down the street, he had to cross the side of the road. He couldn't even dare look him in the eyes, man. Why couldn't a human being look another human being in the eyes, man? Because you looked at us as less than human, man. And that we couldn't change, we couldn't be no different, man. All right, they came up with all kind of laws, and we was just out here trying to rape all these white women. And you go into Emmett Till and everything like that, where that so-called white woman lied, and then that Jake was killed and everything like that. And but they come up with these laws. Oh, Jake's just out here trying to rape up all these white women. But we know about in slavery how you was going in there and raping our women all damn day long, man. But then they'll come out with articles like this, and it make it seem like, oh, we such a hate group and everything like that. When you was reading, she was like, yo, let me see if I can find it real quick. She was like, look, it says Walker Barnes implores her God to help her to hate white people, or at least stop caring about them individually and collectively. So it's not that even though she didn't been wronged her whole life, she can't even find it in her own heart to be like, let me stop fucking with these people. So she got to pray to God, like, God, look, wake me up to be able to stop fucking with these people, because all they do is hurt me. But she still got compassion for them, because that's just inside of our people, man, is to have compassion on folks, man. Just because we the sons of the Most High, man. The Most High has so much compassion, especially for the children of Israel, only for the children of Israel. But, hey, this is our people, man. I'm going to read through a couple scriptures real quick. But this is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. All right, because people think that, oh, it's, how is it that, you have a food that you hate, you despise. There's a certain type of despise. There's certain things in the world that you hate and you despise, man. All right, I'm pretty sure, I mean, if any of you are adults listening to this here video and you got children, right, teenage children, how many of you would love that your children are out there doing drugs, or your daughters are out there prostituting themselves, letting the football team run trains on them, man? I'm pretty sure you would hate that now, wouldn't you, man? So how can you say that you can hate that, but God can't hate? Didn't God create you? Where do you get your emotions and things from? You get them from him, man. All right, he has things that he hate, like the wickedness and the evil, man. All right, This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. It says, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies. So everybody don't just love everybody. And it's not that we're enemies to them. All right, they're our enemies, man. It was Esau in the book of Genesis chapter 27, starting in verse 40, 41. All right, talking about how it says the days of my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. All right, he had that perpetual hatred in his heart. It was Esau. When we read through the scripture, it don't say that Jake was hating on Esau. They push in the churches and everything. Oh, Jacob stole Esau's blessing. No, it clearly says that Esau sold his birthright unto Jacob in a fair deal, man. He got the receipt. His receipt was the pottage, man. All right. But nevertheless, it says, in Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies. All right. And on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. So it's not that we hated them. They hate us. All right. Which persecuted thee. Now, when you listen to a lot of Jake, especially Jake that don't really know no better and just lost in the sauce, what they really want us to fuck go. We not, you know, they got that fear in their heart that we're gonna do to them the same things they done to us. But like I said, to this woke Jake, 2/3 of our people, when they really crying out in the spirit, the only thing that they requiring is that you just let them the fuck go. Just let us be, bro. We just want our own space where we can just chill on our own, man. Just like when we came up out of slavery, they're like, look, bro, y'all ain't even really got to give us shit. Just let us the fuck go. Let us go do our own little thing. We'll be all right. And guess what happened? Jake started building up on their own, man. But after the slaves were so-called freed, so-called white man got reparations, man. He got paid insurance claims or losses for the damn slave, the loss of laborers, man. But they didn't give Jake nothing because they, you know, they was showing love to their people. Hey, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all get it, you know, y'all figure it out on y'all own, man. And if y'all die, y'all die. I mean, that's just less niggas that we got to feed over here, man. This is what they did. They would have been showing us love. There wouldn't be no debate about Black Lives Mattering right now. There wouldn't be no debate about. We wouldn't even be having these discussions, man. It's not that we trying to convince so-called black people, all right, to get on some type of level. It's trying to convince a so-called white person, like, yo, Jake is not trying to kill y'all or nothing like that. Jake don't really hate y'all or nothing like that, man. Jake ain't got no feelings towards y'all like that. We just want to be left the fuck alone, man. All right. It says, in Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee. So who hates us, man? All right. It will be Esau, which persecuted thee. All right. I'll get back to it. Let me grab it's in Psalms 138. Now, wait. Let me start at verse 19. Psalms 139:19. Surely thou wilt slay the wicked. So, hey, this is, you know, speaking unto the Most High, right? The Most High is going to slay the wicked. Oh, Yahweh, depart from me, therefore ye bloody men. All right, so we just asking that they just leave us the fuck alone, right? For they speak against thee wickedly, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. So the Most High has enemies, people that hate the Most High. If there was a group of people that didn't hate the Most High, they wouldn't be trying to silence the Most High's name. They wouldn't be coming out with all these pseudosciences and religions. Oh, we evolved in the Big Bang Theory. There is no God. The fool said in his heart, there is no God, man. So-called white men is the only group of people on the face of the earth that's trying to either A, take God from out of the knowledge of people, man, or create their own God to make you just do your own will, make you worship your own self, man. All right, so like we understand who is the Most High's enemy, man. All right, what type of person would sit here and try to change all the ways and the laws of the Most High, man? The Most High say do things a certain type of way, but what does Esau say? No, we're going to do it the opposite. I can do things better. The Most High created every fruit with their own seed inside of itself, man. All right, telling you be fruitful and multiply, but what did Esau do? Oh, we're going to create GMO seeds or GMO fruit that's seedless, you know, with preservatives inside of it, man. We're going to create contraceptives and have abortion clinics and things like that to kill off all these babies and things like that, man. All right, so who's actually going against the ways of the Most High, man? All right, it's the Most High's enemies, the ones that hate the Most High. For they speak against thee wickedly, and thy enemies take thy name in vain. It says, do I not hate them, O Yahweh, that hate thee? right? So now think about that, right? How many of you men out there that has a father, that love their father, right? If somebody was trying to kill your father and hate your father, do all kind of vicious things to your father, would you not try to stand up for your father and be in the same league with your father, man? All right, somebody trying to, your father's all old and decrepit, and you got a gang of young boys coming out there that's trying to bash your father over the head. What you gonna do? Go out there and try to hug them and love them, forgive them, or are you gonna? We see what Esau 9/11. All right, let me read that again. Do I not hate them, O Yahweh, that hate thee? Ain't that how Esau roll? Esau say, oh, y'all hate us. Y'all want to blow up our shit over here? We're going to go over there and blow up your whole country, man. So, hey, that's how Esau get down. It says, do I not hate them, O Yahweh, that hate thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? So are we not grieved at those that's changing all the ways and the laws of the Most High, man? All his ways, and we're supposed to be being righteous, trying to be like the Most High. But Esau is making it hard for us to do these things, man. All right? We just don't want to be jabbed up with your poisons and things like that. But then now you're making that making us domestic terrorists and a hate group and everything like that because we care about our body, we care about our power, and listen to what he telling us to do, man. But y'all making us the goddamn enemies, man. All right, it says, do I not hate them, O Yahweh, that hate thee? So who hates the Most High, man? All right, who's changing and opposing everything that the Most High does, man? All right, am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. So what's a perfect hatred, man? All right, was it not a perfect hatred to you Americans' minds? To those Arabs in the Middle East after 9/11, you have justification for that. I mean, I can go talk to any of these so-called white folks over there and be like, yo, what's up with them Arabs over there? Why y'all blow them up? Oh, well, we had to. They blew up our buildings and everything like that. Well, why didn't y'all love them? Oh, you must be a terrorist. You must be a sympathizer with them. All right, so that's how they feel. It says, I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. So these Americans have a perfect hatred against them. Why don't you go love Kim Jong-un in North Korea, man? Why don't you go love Vladimir Putin in Russia, man? Why don't you go love Rouhani and them over in Iran and them, man? All right, but you hate them. You over there plotting against them. You trying to take them out of power, man. Why ain't you love Saddam Hussein? After all the wicked shit that you claimed that he was doing, you went over there and killed him. What about Muammar Gaddafi? Why you kill him, man? Why didn't you show him some love, man? All right, this was all done at the hands of the so-called white man. We ain't had shit to do with that, man. All right. Verse 23, search me, O Yahweh, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. So, hey, going into this, it's not just, oh, we rolling around and we just hate them because we want to hate them for no reason. Oh, we just hate them because they got white skin. No, man, there's reasons, man. We can go back into history from the time we got over here. Show me from the day that so-called black people got over here in 1619 up until this day, what actions, all right, that the so-called white man did to us that should make us love them or this country, man. All right, was it bringing us over here in slavery? Was it putting yokes of iron on our neck? Was it raping our women, selling our children and our wives to other people, man? Was it raping our people, man? All right. Was it throwing us overboard on a slave ship so much so that the sharks still swim that path to this day? Was it the Tuskegee experiment when you injected syphilis into our people? All right, or gave smallpox to the Native American Indians? All right, or enslaved them, or changed our names, took away our gods and everything like that? Called us 3/5 of a man? All right. Which one of these actions, or the Battle of Wounded Knee, you came out there with the Hotchkiss gun, which is basically a minigun, laying down a Gad in them out there like that, killing off all the buffalo, fucking up their food supply? Which one of these acts should we love you over, man? This is all in your history, man. What about the barbecues and the picnics, man? We used to go out there and pick a nigga and barbecue their ass, man. What about the Roman candles? Should we love you over these things, man? What about painting the image of our power to look like you, man? And telling us that, y'all just some niggas, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't really have a place in this. Y'all ain't the chosen people, you know, in which we are. But, everybody can go to heaven except for y'all niggas, man. When y'all get in heaven, y'all gonna still be slaves, man. All right? Verse 23, search me, O Yahweh, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. So, hey, look, there's real reasons why there's things behind this, man. All right, just vice versa. The so-called white folks, they'll teach their kids about us and everything like that. To where these kids, in their teenage years, they start hating Jake and everything like that. But like, for what reason? Oh, my mom, my dad told me these things and these stories and so on and so forth. I remember watching a video of a Edomite kid arguing with their parents because of the lies that they was trying to teach the kids, and the kids was so woke to the shit. Like, no, this ain't true at all. This is bullshit. And them and the parents is going back and forth. Then the mom was like, or one of the parents was like, so what, you gonna go out there and have these pack of niggas rape you and everything like that? Like, when did this shit happen? You know that the so-called black man feared the so-called white man, right? The most dangerous thing that we can come around is the so-called white woman and the so-called white kids, because all they got to do is say that we did something to them, and then the whole mob gonna come out and kill our ass, man. Or the police, man. So what the hell is that about, man? You know, that ain't true. All right, but why aren't the so-called black women, black children, and black men afraid of the so-called white man? Because it was the so-called white man that was ripping our families apart in slavery. It was the so-called white man that was raping our women in slavery, and raping our children, and separating our children, and taking our men and tying them to horses, and putting a fire between their legs and splitting that nigga in half, man, to break them, man. It was the so-called white man that was raping Jake men and buck breaking their ass, man. All right, so wait a minute. So wait. How the hell we hate y'all, man? What was y'all showing us the whole time? Was that love? If that was y'all showing us love, I would hate to see what the hell hate look like, man. All right. If see there be any wicked way in me, lead me in the way everlasting. All right. So look, they ain't, the prayer is like, look, if I'm wrong about something, fix me in these situations. This is a sincere prayer, man. All right. Let me grab Ezekiel 35 and Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual, this is talking to Esau, Edom, right? Ezekiel 35 and 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Esau has had this perpetual hatred from the book of Genesis, chapter same very day, man. All right, it ain't Jake that's hating Esau. It ain't the so-called black man, the Latinos and Native Americans that hate Esau like that, man. All right, the Most High got to turn us up for these things, man. We still find ways to forgive them. Look at the church shooting in, I think, North Carolina or whatever. After, they was in there praying and everything like that. Then Esau rolled up in there and shot up the whole damn church and got taken to Burger King and everything like that. And they was out there praying like, oh, this is sad. My mama died, my grandmama died. They ain't did nothing wrong. But I forgive you and I love you. Don't even know this nigga. This nigga went in there plotting on your ass, man. But this is our people, man. All right, our people are full of compassion, man. It ain't us that hate y'all. It's y'all that hate us. And then y'all got the nerve to try to flip it around and call us some goddamn, like, we wrong about something, man. We just saying, bro, like, what your boy name was, the nigga that they in court over right now. He was like, look, I can't breathe. I ain't saying y'all can't arrest me. Y'all can't interrogate me. Y'all can't do all the little bullshit y'all trying to do to me. I'm just saying I can't fucking breathe. Can I just get some oxygen? Am I human enough just to fucking breathe like everybody else is able to breathe, man? That's all I want is just a breath of air, man. But no, I can't even have that. My life don't even matter, bro. So this is what they're showing us by their actions. And this shouldn't even be a long-ass trial, man. Everybody know what the fuck happened. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, meaning it's ongoing, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So after the Emancipation Proclamation is when Esau really turned up on our ass, man. All right? Chapter, but for time's sake, we're going to just continue on. That's what Ezekiel 35 is all about. And also Obadiah, the whole book of Obadiah. But I'm going to read Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, for thy violence, this is also talking to Esau. It says, for thy, Obadiah 1:1, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh power concerning Edom. All right, we have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. So jumping down to verse 10, it says, again, this is talking to Esau. So thy violence, all right, against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Thou shalt be cut off forever. So wait a minute. How come it's not saying because Jacob was being violent unto Esau, right? Now, these fucking heathen would have you think that they the damn Israelites. They're chosen people, and we just some other niggas in the Bible or whoever, whatnot, So if that's the case, who the hell is oppressing y'all right now, man? Who's over here at this perpetual hatred against you and all this violence against you? Who's been slaughtering the so-called white man from generation after generation after generation and enslaving their ass this hardcore to where the whole world know about their trials and tribulations, man? Who has done this to the so-called white man like that? Where's that in history like that, man? Yeah, of course, we actually did have a so-called white man in slavery, man. There was a point in time, like when we was in Spain and the Moors and the Dark Ages, we actually had Esau Edom in the slavery, man. But guess what we did when we had his old bum ass in the slavery? This nigga was up in the goddamn caves in the mountains and shit like that. He was the original caveman. He eating the juniper roots and everything like that, man. But guess what we did to his old dusty, dirty ass, man? Because he would say this about us. Oh, we was savages swinging on trees in Africa. But that ain't the case, man. All right? But what happened to him was we took his ass in captivity and civilized his old bum ass. Taught his old nasty ass how to wash and how to bathe and how to stop regular speech, man. This nigga, we're going to read it. Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Right? And again, when you go into scriptures, there's nothing wrong with having somebody in slavery, man. All right, like technically we all in slavery right now. If you got a job, you work for somebody, you serving somebody else, right? But there's a way you're supposed to enslave somebody and a way you ain't not supposed to enslave somebody. Man, you can have servants at your job, but there's something called like, I forgot what the hell it's called, but you got human resources. You can't go to work and your boss get mad because, you're a server or something like that. You done fucked up and dropped the tray and the glass spill and he come over there and slap the dog shit out your ass. Now that would be just wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or he got you working, don't ever pay you, man. You got a lawsuit against him, man. That's just wrong, right? But there's nothing wrong with taking somebody in slavery. You just basically employing their ass, man. All right. Like the scripture also say, you're not supposed to muzzle basically muzzle the cow that is treading the field, because he working. You got to at least feed him. You got to give him something. All right. Because if not, if you starve the damn cow while he over there plowing the field, he gonna die, man. All right. This is Job chapter 30, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Because we already know what they are. Why we got to have laws about bestiality? Who be doing all this? The strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, and former times desolate and waste. So now when we was reading Ezekiel 35, it's talking about Mount Seir, right? Now Mount Seir is where they was wound up living, right? Now you can go look that up. Mount Seir, Petra, all right? You can go look that up. And if you notice that the design and patterns that they carved out of those stones, it's the same way that they designed and carved up, when you see them build up America with these, like the Roman columns and everything like that, man, they making everything out of stone and these high-rise buildings. That's what Esau does, man. That's the trait of him, man. All right. Also, what was it? The Caucasus Mountains, right? When you go into the border of like the country Georgia and Russia, right? There's a mountain pass called the Caucasus Mountains. This is where these niggas come from, man. Where they wind up living back into the damn mountains again. All right. Again, this is why they live in these high-rise, stony. This is where they comfortable at, man. Looking down on everybody else, man. But nevertheless, the Caucasus Mountains is where they lived at another point in time. This is where they get the name Caucasians from. People from the Caucasus. This is where the word Caucasians come from. They named themselves after the fucking mountain ranges that they come out of, man. So when they try to tell you, oh, we come from cavemen, we was cave dwellers at one point in time. Yeah, they right. They was cavemen. We wasn't no cavemen, man. That's the fuck they, they was cavemen, man. All right. It says, because hell, you could read all the way back, as far back as in Genesis, man. They actually had houses and everything like that, man. All right. Verse 4, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. So they was just eating just rubbish. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief. Because why? They was just full of wickedness, man. People chased them off and they had to go flee into the mountains. To dwell in the clefts of the valleys, dwell in the clefts of the valleys, in the caves of the earth and in the rocks. This was them who you call the cave dwellers or the Caucasians, the people from the mountains, so-called white men. This is their history, right? Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were reviled in the earth. And now I am their song, yea, I am their byword. So they abhor me, they flee far from me, they spare not to spit in my face. So they talk about them civilizing us and teaching us how to do everything. No, we had to civilize these goddamn cave beasts, man. They used to drink out of their grandmama's old ass, decrepit ass skull that they had going around, and they would get lice because they would never change clothes. They would wear their clothes, they would fall off. All right, never bathe, and then they would be grunting. We had to teach them how to speak, man. All right, we had to teach them how to bathe, man. How to eat a lawful food, man. These niggas still eat unlawful food, cockroaches or crabs and lobsters and abominable foods and things like that, man. All the dirty foods they put up on a pedestal, man. All right. Talking about they civilized us, but hey. Oh, let me grab this because see, homegirl was praying that the Most High would basically put in her so that she would hate the so-called white man, right? But this is ultimately what's gonna happen. All right. Ezekiel 25:12. Thus saith Yahweh power, because that Edom, the so-called white man, have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance. It's not because they skin color. We just hate them for no reason. All right. It was for the actions that they did. Just like when you go into the court system and you see people locked up, right? Obviously, everybody that's locked up ain't criminals. But for the most part, the way the system is supposed to work, hey, the reason that your ass got apprehended, your ass went to court, and you didn't win in court and your ass got sentenced to a prison system was because of your actions and the things that you did. They was unlawful. So now you got to face the punishment, right? So it says, thus saith Yahweh power, because the Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance. Your actions, now you got to pay for them, have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. So the Most High say he's going to do this, right? But let me keep reading. Verse 14. And I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to who? Mine anger and my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh power. So it's not according to what we think. We can't get mad enough, man. Even if you in the truth, you can't get that mad enough about these Edomites and everything like that, man. The Most High actually is going to put that spirit on you to be like that, man. Just like how when you see these Edomites out there in the Middle East fighting in war, and they do all these atrocious things and dropping white phosphorus bombs on populations of people and shooting their ass with depleted uranium bullets and dropping bombs on these people and all kind of shit like that, and going in there gang raping these 12-year-old little girls, and then just, you know, blowing their brains out and setting these people on fire, all kind of wicked shit. Look at what they be doing. Most High put the spirit on their ass to be these damn devils to go out there and do that. That's why they come back and have PTSD, be flipping out because they didn't come. The Most High took the spirit off of them, and they starting to realize all the horrible shit that they did. Like, oh shit, I'm the damn devil, man. I gotta be. Look at the crazy shit I was doing, man. Because yeah, the Most High put you on, put that spirit on you to be the sword of the earth, to take the peace from the earth, man. All right. Let me go from there to Jeremiah. Oh no. Before I grab that, let me grab Revelation. I think it's either in 2 or Revelation 3 and 9. It says, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come worship before thy feet, to know that I have loved thee. So why do we have to know that somebody loved us? Because wow, we've been being shown hate our whole life, man. All right. And the Most High is going to show these Edomites that, look, I love them. It was them the whole time. It wasn't you. You can read about that in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, man. They think that they're the chosen people, but they're going to find out what a rude awakening, man. All right. So this ain't far-fetched what this article was all about. But then again, look at these damn devils trying to reframe it all as if this woman just bugged the hell out and she's the worst thing ever, man. But look at their actions, man. Look at what they've been doing. How about this? If y'all the head of the household, the parents of the household, how about, and we the children, how about we want to be like our parents? We want to be exactly like y'all. So how about we do exactly what y'all do? Somebody wrong y'all, we gonna go back and take vengeance on y'all ass, man. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Oh, wait a minute. How come y'all can live a certain type of way, but y'all don't want us to do the same thing? Maybe because what you're doing ain't righteous, man. All right. We're going to close out here in Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. All right. It says, therefore, all that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, all of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh, because they call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. So, again, they made us to feel like we wasn't nothing, man, and the whole world hated us. We was just some niggas out here, man. But the Most High say, look, man, they're going to go into captivity and put these curses on them that hate you, all right? And I'm going to show you that I loved you the whole time, man. All right, so look, this is the what's written in the scriptures, man. You can't get around these things, man. All right, and then also your actions line up to all these things, man. Like I said, oh, you can say, oh, that wasn't, well, y'all got it mixed up, you know, they really, you know, the so-called white man is really Jacob, the chosen people and everything like that. Well, who is persecuting y'all and hating y'all the whole damn time? Why does the Lord got to come and deliver you? Who's the Lord coming to deliver you up out of whose hands? You got the whole earth up under your dominion right now. Who's persecuting you? The Lord coming back to set up his kingdom. We can all agree that the Lord is not here right now, and we're not living in a righteous kingdom. If the so-called white man and the children of Israel, what the fuck you need to be saved from, man? All right? But hey, you know, Lord's will, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect, and we already know, man, how these damn devils get down, man. All right, they have some kind of love. They would let the Bible speak, man. They would let the words of the Lord speak, man. All right, but hey, we're gonna close out with that. Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call Allah, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kakudash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us his truth and ever will. And salutation, much love for you, Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.